What's up? So, sorry, it's been like 4 or 5 months, I think, since I last filmed. I'm assuming not that many people are upset. I have like 4 subscribers, which is why I think I always like, it's fine if I wait. I'm finally feeling inspired to film again, so that's why I'm here today. I'm just doing my makeup today. It's just a simple get ready with me. Some of this stuff is new to me. Some of it's not. Some of it's stuff I've used a little bit, but not a ton yet. So that's what we're working with today. It's kind of going to be fall makeup, but I mean, I feel like you can wear any makeup at any time of the year. It's just my opinion. So we'll get started. I'm going to start with foundation, obviously. This is actually not my favorite foundation, but it's the reason I use it so much is because the applicator is just so much easier to put on than a foundation with like a pump where I have to like put it on my hand and then wash it off. I'm lazy. That's what I'm saying here. So I'm gonna start putting that on, and yeah. Why I felt the need to restart the video, I don't know. I was like, let me pause it. And then I sat here and did nothing and was like, well, let's restart it. Okay. What I need to do before foundation is I need to tie my hair back. So I'm using this clip. It's from Ulta. I forget the brand name. It's a great clip though, because I have a lot of hair and I have a really hard time finding clips that actually hold it all. And this one does. Is that even gonna help? Yeah, it will. Okay, now I'll get started. Okay. I hope you can't tell. I have a lamp on in the corner, and it's like, I think it must be my outlet, because that lamp keeps flickering. And I have in the same outlet, like I don't think you can see them in the background. I have string lights in my room, and both the lamp and the string lights keep flickering, and it's like kind of frightening me, but I'm too lazy to do anything about it. I could try changing the light bulbs. But, so if you notice that, that's why I said that. It just did it. It kind of reminds me of the first season of Stranger Things with the blinking lights. It like makes that same sound and everything. It's really weird. Oh well. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. What I was about to say was, this is actually relevant. Before I started filming, I did use a primer. It's the Milani SPF BFF, I think. I just put it on before I started filming because I like to if it has SPF in it, I like to let it sit for a few minutes before I immediately go in with the next thing. So there's that. I'm going in with the e.l.f. e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I've used this I've gone through multiple tubes of this. It's a good concealer. And again, there's another one I really like right now. It's the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer. I actually probably like the formula of that one better, but I always use this one because this one has an easier applicator. So, brands should realize that. You should always just do the doe foot applicator because I use it more. Yeah, it's all about me. I'm realizing now I probably should have done a better job at like getting the mascara off from under my eyes from yesterday. No, I don't think that just helped at all. Whatever. I say whatever a lot. Just ignore that. Oh, sorry. I totally covered my face. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm gonna wait to do powder because my bronzer and blush are both cream products today. So this is brand new to me. Is the Revolution Makeup I never know what to call them. They change their brand name all the time. It's the Ultra Light Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light is what I meant to say. I saw Jessica Brown talk about this, and she said I buy anything that she talks about. She was like trying it on, and she was like, this is really good, and I was like, so I'm gonna buy it. Okay. Anyway, I have so many cream bronzers. It's like the category that I just keep going back to. But anyway, so I'm going to try, this is like my favorite brush for cream bronzers. It's the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I'm going to try it with this, and then I might try the other side with a sponge just to see which I like better. So let me start doing that. This is like really like, you barely have to put, like it is very creamy. I think that's in the name. Well, it's just cream bronzer. Think about how I want to do this. I feel like it's going to be way too much. Oh. It's a good shade. I just need to really blend it in. Yeah, that definitely was too much. This brush like is working with it, but because there's so much on there, I am gonna just, it's very pretty. I'm gonna give it that. Let me try, instead of going directly into the pan with the brush, I'm going to use my finger. Sorry, that was a weird noise. It felt weird when I put my finger in for some reason. I'm just gonna use my finger and like tap it on and then blend it out. I feel like that might, I'm just gonna use the screen. Yeah, I think that is a little bit less intense. Yeah, that looks much better. So if you're gonna use a brush, what we learned is tap it on your face first and then use the brush. Don't like dip your brush in the pan. You'll get too much. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna try the same thing on the other side, just with the sponge. Oh yes, I think that might be that. It's hard to say. That definitely made me less stressed. I'll say that. Honestly, I can't really decide right now if I like the brush side or the sponge. The sponge side is a little more diffused. I think if you don't want it to look too intense, I would recommend the sponge. But it worked with the brush too. This brush, I said I use it with mostly every cream bronzer I have, but I like it the best with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer because that's a more dry formula, so I don't know. I just think the brush works better with it than a sponge. But this one, I think the sponge, because it's so creamy, might be the better option. It's really personal preference though. So I think I've used this before on, I mean, I know I've used it before, but I may have filmed it before. I don't remember, like I said, it was 4 months ago. It's the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Hope, and I bought this shade solely because my name is Hope. And I was like, hopefully it matches my skin tone. I mean, a blush doesn't really have to match your skin tone. It just needs to like, I mean, blush is totally personal preference, in my opinion. If you've watched anyone ever use this before, you know that like they put there's so much, ignore the bronzer on my hand, like blush on there. So I like to like tap it. That's probably enough for both sides of my face. And then, no, like I always use a sponge with this. If you use a brush, you'll end up with way more product than you need. Okay, I'll take that. Let me just like use the sponge to kind of blend all the edges. Okay, so I finished blush and bronzer. Now we can go in with powder because I'm gonna use I don't have any other creams. That's what I'm trying to say. This is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This one's been around for a long time. Everyone talks about, well, everyone used to talk about it back in like 2017. I don't think it gets talked about quite as much anymore. But this is a travel size. I think I got it as like a birthday gift from Sephora for free. It is very good. I don't think I'd spend like $40 on the full size just because there are so many good powders from the drugstore. Like a powder is just one of those areas, at least loose powders, that I never think I'll need to buy high end, because I like the like e.l.f. setting powder, which is like, not e.l.f., Wet n Wild has a setting powder that's like $5 that I think is just as good as this one that I'm using right now. And I'm really only applying this to like the spots that get oily. I don't really put it on like my whole cheek. I mean, I'll put it like, I put it down here because I feel like I put my hands there a lot, so I like to powder it. But for highlight, I'm using the Physicians Formula Natural Nude. I never even knew that was part of the name. I can't find the name for this anywhere actually. Oh, the shimmer strips. These are like, they've been around forever. I've had this forever, probably for like at least 4 years. It's a powder, so I don't feel bad keeping it for that long. And I really only use this part up here. But this is, it's just such a nice highlight because it's not too intense. And I feel like the days of like yeah, you can really barely even see going on. I feel like the days of really intense highlighter are behind us. Like, people still use it, but it's not what it once was. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to the eyes. I'll do my brows first. I just use the Kosas, yeah, I said that right, Air Brow gel. I mean, I like it because it has a tint to it, so I feel like it's a nice like one and done in brow product. I don't need to use a bunch. Like, I just am too lazy to use like a pencil, a pomade, and a gel. This one I just, see, like, that's all I had to do. The shade right now is like, oh, I went to the sun. I just got my highlights done yesterday, so the shade might not match quite as well as it usually does, so just ignore that. Right, so now that we did brows, I am going to move on to eyeshadow. So I have with me, and I have used this before, but again, like, I haven't used it a lot, the Il Makiage. I'm afraid it's gonna like reflect back at you. No, a little bit. The Kathleen Lights palette. Let me just show you. Let me show the inside. I'm sure people have seen it. It's like upside down right now. Now, you may notice if you have seen this before, like some of my shades are not in the right spot. That's because I blame it on the heat. My palette arrived on like a 97-degree day, and I think it like melted down some of these shades, and when I opened it, I was an idiot and flipped the palette over to be like, oh, are they gonna fall out? And they did fall out. I don't know what I was expecting. So they stayed in one piece though, so I pressed them back, but I put them back in the wrong spot. So just ignore that. Yeah, I still don't really know like if that was like the heat or if my palette was defective, but either way I was too lazy to do anything about it. So I haven't really thought about what I'm doing. I'm gonna go in with, these shades have names, right? Yeah, I think it's the shade Later Days. Okay, I'm trying not to put the mirror in. It's this shade right here. Sorry, the sun is like really in an unfortunate spot right now. I'll go in again with that. Sorry, I'm considering what I want to do next. I'm thinking this shade right here because it like kind of matches my shirt. I don't know if I'm going to wear this shirt all day, so that's kind of silly. But I'm going to go in. I'm going to focus this one because it's a little darker. I should have brought another brush in. This is the only brush I brought in here with me. I'm going to use this mirror again. I'm going to do this mostly on the outer corner here. To be quite honest, I like eyeshadow. It's not my favorite step. I used to like absolutely love it, but now I'm lazy and I prefer to find an eyeshadow that like a lot of times I just put bronzer in my crease and then I use like a cream. Sorry, the light on this is reflecting weird. I use like a cream eyeshadow shimmer and like then I'm done. But it is fall, so I'm trying right now to do a whole matte look, but it's just not really my thing. What I'm gonna try is going back into that first shade that I used, and oh, it's so like creamy to just touch. Just pat that right here. Right here. That was really descriptive. On the rest of my eyelid. Yeah, I'll take that. I will go in with one of these shimmers. Which one? I think I'm gonna use this middle one right here, which is that one is in the correct spot. That is the Copa, I think. Yeah. And I'm just gonna go like barely dip my finger in there. And yeah, these are really pretty. Now I kind of want to use it on the whole lid. I'm not going to. I will refrain. This one. Use this thing. I didn't refrain. I put it like just on the inside. But yeah, you can kind of see it. I'll do the same thing on the other side. There. There. You can kind of see it's just like on some of the lid, but not the whole lid. So I'll take it. It's the same collection, same brand, El Makiage X Kathleen Lights, not lip liner, the eyeliner in the shade, is the shade name on here? I don't know that it is. Well, it's the like purpley shade. The shade name should be on here. I don't know why it's not. It was probably on the box and I threw the box away. To be quite honest, I would do this on camera, but I'm terrified of eyeliner, so I'm just gonna not. So I'll be back in a minute and the eyeliner will be on. Okay, I'm back. I did it. You can barely see it, and if I get up close, it looks like I did a terrible job with it. But the problem is my eyelashes are blonde, so it always looks like I like didn't put the liner close enough. Like I left a gap between like where the eyeliner is and my lash line, but there's not. Like it's just because the baseline of my eyelashes are blonde. Like I can't get any closer. So, but it looks like there's a gap there, but I promise there's not. It usually fixes it with mascara. So this is the e.l.f. Lash Out Loud mascara. This is a really good mascara. I feel like it didn't get as much hype as it deserved. Like there were a lot of other mascaras that got a lot of hype recently. Like I think this one's just as good, but whatever. I have it in the shade brown just because like I said, my eyelashes are blonde and the sun is like really bothering me. It wasn't in the way when I started, but it is now. What was I saying? Oh, I like to use brown mascara just because my eyelashes are blonde and sometimes it looks a little too intense if I go in with like black. So that's why I'm using brown. Okay. So last I'm gonna do the lips. I can take my hair down now, actually, because we're almost done. Okay. So for lips, I'm using the Clinique, I forget what this is Almost lipstick in the shade Black Honey. This is really popular. It's been popular, I think, for a while now, but I feel like it just recently resurged. I'm not really sure why, probably because of TikTok. I'm actually not on TikTok, so like I never really know what the viral products are until people start making YouTube videos about them. And then I'm like, I should try it. And then I go to the store and it's not there. And I'm like, oh, I should have known. Okay. But this is, it looks really dark, but it's not actually like quite as dark as it claims. As it seems. So I'll just put it on, okay? Like, as I apply this, I'm like, I don't think there's any color to it. But then I like take a step back and I'm like, no, there's color to it. But no, it's very pretty. I could have used a lip liner, but I kind of like the way it looks on its own, so I didn't. But yeah, so that's all I have for right now. This is my attempt of fall makeup. Not nearly as like smoky as some people go for, but that's just not my style. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope the sun is, I'm so mad at the sun. Okay, there, I'll back up. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope something was helpful or that it brought you entertainment. Okay. Feel free to leave a comment below. Feel free to subscribe. I should not have another 4-month gap. So yeah, that's all. See ya later. Bye-bye.